Good morning, everyone. How are you? As we're part of our new week now, and it is Monday, March 30th. March 30th. I wanted to show you that I'm now going to make a nice big calendar on my window so we can figure out our new month, since we're about to start a new month in a couple of days. So if you look over here, we're still in the month of March. And March has been windy, it's been rainy, it's been beautiful and sunny, it's been all the things. People like to say that March comes in like a lion and out like a lamb, meaning it comes in all crazy weather and it leaves all calm and nice and sunny. We'll see what happens by Tuesday, right? So yesterday was Sunday and it was the 29th of March, and today is Monday, it's the 30th of March. And then there will be one more day before we start April. So we're not going to do any counting today, but what we will do is practice our days of the week. So let's sing the Days of the Week song, okay? There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And those never change. Even though the numbers change, those never change. So today is Monday, and we are not in April yet. We are still in March. We'll change that as the week goes on. So welcome to Fun Day Monday Tea Week. Here's T. Woo, yay! And T is a really, really, really easy letter to write and to make, and it has amazing words that go along with it as a beginning sound. So you can put your fingers together like this and make an uppercase T. You can just move the top and put it in the middle and make a lowercase T. Nice and easy, right? And T makes this sound. T, 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 t. And it doesn't change at the beginning of the sound, at the beginning of a word, but at the end of the word sometimes it changes a little bit in the mid, but usually it will make the t sound. So let's look at some things that begin with the letter T. I have so many of them. First, one of the most important things right now, toilet paper. Toilet and toilet paper begin with the letter T. Then we have this, hello, a telephone, and what I use a lot, tape. This is what we use to dry our hands or dry us off when we get out of the bathtub if it's bigger. This is a towel. Let's see if you know what this is. Does anybody know what this is? And it usually is used with this. If we were going to be in the gym this week, we would have done this. It is a tennis racket and a tennis ball. This is the sport of tennis. You can play tennis. There's Nerf tennis things too. There's a lot of cool things that are kind of like tennis that use a racket and hit a ball. But this is a tennis racket and a tennis ball. Then we have, this is tie-dye. Very cool, right? So much fun. That's a fun summer thing to do. We have this when you play golf. You stick this in the ground, and it's called a golf tee. And it doesn't look like a letter T, and it's spelled T-E-E. And it goes in the ground. It's where you put your ball. Then these are called toothpicks, and you're going to be using some of these this week if you do one of our little projects. They look like this, and lots of times you'll see them in a deli. They'll put your sandwich together with something like this to keep all the yummy things inside. Then we have this, ooh, a spot of tea. We have some tea. Here's a tea bag and a teacup. Then this we got when I was away in Portugal visiting my Sarah. This is a tile. And lots of times tile is on your bathroom floor or your kitchen floor or your bathtub wall. It's very soft and shiny. Then we have these favorite friends. Ooh, the trolls. Yep, we have our 2 troll friends, and trolls are also toys, which starts with T. Okay, we have Branch and Poppy, right? Then this is called a top, and this goes on the table or on the floor, and you can spin it around, and it spins. And you can watch it go, 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 go until it stops. Sometimes you can make it go a long time. All right, that's called a top. Then these are things sometimes that you use to get into a ride at like the SCA fair. These are called tickets. Tickets. Then we have something that you get to eat in your salad or maybe with some mozzarella. This is a tomato. Tomato. And then we have a tissue. Wipe your eyes, wipe your nose. This is a tissue. And we have toothbrush, and a tube of toothpaste, all starting with T. And what do you do with these? You brush your teeth, which also starts with T. Tooth and teeth, and we did teeth already. Then we have 3 numbers that when you say them, they have the T sound, and if you write them out in a word, they start with T. The number 2, very good. What about this one? Do you know what this number is? 10. And then what about this one? 12. Good, 3 numbers. And 20 and 22, and all the 20 numbers, actually, the numbers that are in 20. Then we have this kind of, this is not a frog, this is a toad, a speckled toad, a squishy toad. And we also have this. I went a little crazy with the T's this week. This is a piece of toast. Toast, that you make in the toaster. And then we have these come from paper towels. These are like tubes. You can tap your tubes. You can actually do this to Trashing the Camp, which is that song we love. I'm gonna put it on the email for you so you can play it with tubes. You can also make a telescope with a tube, and Mrs. Fry is gonna tell you how to do that today. Telescope also starts with T, and it looks like this. That's a telescope. That helps you look at the stars. And then, of course, we have this animal, which is a tiger. And we have this that you wear around your waist. It's a tutu. So if you go to ballet, or if you just want to be silly, you could probably wear it on your head, but it's a tutu. But this you do wear on your head. This is called a top hat. A top hat. Can you dance with a top hat? And I found this outside. This comes from a tree. It's called a twig. So 2 more words that start with T. And then we have this game in my house. I don't know if you have this in yours. This is called Trouble. And you don't want to be in trouble, but this game is called Trouble, and it's a fun game that you can play. And I have 3 more T words. We have this, which is a train, and then a truck, which our book is about today. And finally, I am a teacher who is talking to you right now. All those great T words. See, T is so much fun. I don't know if any of our friends are named or begin with the letter T. Their names begin with T. Like Tina or Timmy or Tommy or Tess or Tara. There's some great T names out there. And if I had the list of everybody's names right now, I'm sure I could find some great T's in words too, right? So let's talk about our story today. We have, it's called Little Blue Truck. I'm going to read this to you today, and there are a lot of animals in this book today that begin with that are in the story that don't necessarily begin with the letter T. One of them does. So here's our friend Little Blue Truck. Little Blue Truck. And it is by Alice Schertle. And it's illustrated by Jill McElmurray. Here is the front page, and here is the back page if you're looking for a magic page today. We'll see. All right, so the beginning of our story starts with our friend Little Blue Truck. Little Blue Truck by Alice Schertle, illustrated by Jill McElmurray. There it is in its little barn, its little garage. This is also a rhyming book, and we love the rhymes. And this has a lot of sound words. And a lot of animal sounds, as you might imagine. Horn went beep, engine purred, friendliest sounds you ever heard. So it's talking about Little Blue Truck. Oh, here's the word stop, S-T-O-P, that was from last week. Little Blue Truck came down the road. Beep, said Blue to a big green toad. Toad said croak and winked an eye when Little Blue Truck went rolling by. Oh, and it looks like Little Toad hopped on top of Little Blue Truck. Sheep said baa, cow said moo, oink said piggy, beep said Blue. Everyone has a sound. Cluck said a chicken, and her chick said peep, Ma, said a goat. Blue said, beep. Neigh, said a horse. Quack, said a duck. Oh, there's a duck, duck. Beep, said the friendly little blue truck. And there are all the animals that just made noise. There's the little chick, very tiny, and the chicken. Honk, yelled a dump truck, coming through. I've big, important things to do. What does it look like those important things are? That's right, he's carrying a lot of things, but does that mean he should run everybody over when he's driving by? Oh no. Look at them all, they look a little scared. I haven't got time to pass the day with every duck along the way. Oh, look at poor duck. So how we describe the big truck right now? Kind of mean, right? Little impatient, not very friendly. Room went the dump, round a curve. He saw a puddle and whoop, he tried to swerve. Splash. Into the mud rolled the big fat truck, and his big important wheels got stuck. That's right, truck and stuck rhyme. See, look what happened. The truck wasn't being careful and it got itself stuck in the muck. His heavy-duty dump truck tires were sunk down deep in muck and mire. Honk, cried the dump, and he sounded scared, but nobody heard. Or maybe nobody cared. Look, all the animals, they're just sitting around talking, doo-doo-doo, minding their own business, not really paying attention. Then, into the mud, bump, 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 came the little blue truck to help the dump. Well, what do you know? Little Blue. What do we know about Little Blue? He is a very nice truck, right? Being a good friend. Little Blue pushed with all his might. Now Blue and the dump were both stuck tight. Yikes. Boys and girls, what do you think is going to happen next? I bet you can predict. What do you think is going to happen? You have the very big truck and the small truck both stuck. Help, 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 cried the little blue truck. Beep, 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 I'm stuck, I'm stuck. Everybody heard that beep, beep, beep. The cow came running with the pig and the sheep. Oh, what do you think they're going to do? What can they do? Up at a gallop ran the big brown horse. Goat jumped over the fence, of course. The hen came flapping with the chick and the duck, and everybody pushed the little blue truck. We have read a lot of books like this year, boys and girls, right? Where everybody comes to help, right? It's very helpful when you have more than one set of hands to help. We just read a book recently, remember, about Moose's loose tooth? Head to head and rump to rump, they all pushed Blue, who pushed the dump. They couldn't quite budge that heavy load. Then who popped up? But the big green toad with all his muscles. Woo, here he is to save the day. All together, 1, 2, 3, one last push, and the trucks were free. Wow, that's pretty impressive, don't you think? All those animals, now all muddy, were able to push both of those trucks out of the mud. Look at the toad. He looks pretty proud of himself. Look at the big smile on his face. He is pretty proud of himself. He thinks because he was last, he was the last helping hand, right? Thanks, little brother, said the dump to Blue. You helped me, and they helped you. Now I see a lot depends on a helping hand from a few good friends. Don't we know it? Beep, said Blue. Who wants a ride? Everybody scrambled to jump inside. Oink, quack, ba, moo, cluck, peep, neigh, croak, ma. What's gonna rhyme? Beep, beep, beep. Look at those exclamation points, everyone. Beep, 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 meep, meep. And does this page look familiar? Is it this page? No. Is it this page? Yes, the back magic page, almost. Except for the chicken. It's sort of in the same place. So this story ended up with a nice, happy ending. What happened in this story? What was the problem in this story? Do you remember? That's right, the big truck got stuck. Because he was so mean and nasty, no one really wanted to help him at first, but who was a really good friend? Little Blue Truck came helping, but Little Blue Truck couldn't do it by himself. He needed the friends to help as well, and those friends came running when it was Little Blue Truck because he's such a nice friend, and then they all helped together. So Little Blue Truck and all of the animals helped together. So let's see if we can always, first of all, remember to do that ourselves. We need to always be there for a friend in need. And even if a friend doesn't need help, sometimes it's always nice to offer. Always good. And you don't even have to be someone's best friend. Just be a nice person. Being nice and kind is very important. So let's talk about all of the characters in our story. We're going to put them in order for as they came in our story. So the first was Little Blue Truck. There he is. Beep, beep, beep. What was the first animal that he saw? Do you remember? It was the toad. The toad. So let's put toad right there. That was our only T animal today. Then came sheep. And then came cow. Remember who came next? Then came pig. And after pig came chicken. And chicken had a friend with it. Who was with Mrs. Chicken? The little chick. And then came goat. And after goat came two more animals. Do you remember who was left? We had the horse and we had the duck. Now there was one more friend who ended up being a friend at the end of this book in this story. Who was it? It was the big dump truck, right? So let's count all of the characters in this story. And we're going to include the trucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is a lot of characters in this story. That's a lot of characters. All right, and we know that the main character right now is our Little Blue Truck, right? Because this is the one who kind of brought everyone together. He's the one that got they helped on their own, but he's the one that was nice to all of these people first and then nice to the truck. And they all ended up being nice to each other at the end, right? What caused them all to become friends? The big puddle. A big puddle, because when the truck got stuck in the big puddle, that was it. He needed help, and he couldn't do it without help from his friends. All right, so today, Mrs. Clark is going to ask you to try to build a truck. And you can either cut out triangles, which start with T, or circles and squares and try to make a truck, and rectangles, and glue it on paper, or you could build one with Legos or build one with blocks. And then you could even see if you have these animals, you might have play animals at home where you could act out the story. But of course, then you'll have to also maybe try to find a dump truck, right? And maybe you can make some mud. Sorry, Mommy and Daddy. Maybe you can make some mud and make them all get muddy, but then you can clean them all up again. Just make sure when you clean them up, you take 20 seconds to wash them all off, okay? Then we have Mrs. Meyer, who is going to ask you and help you to tell time today. Very exciting. You're going to use a clock that she shows you what to do, where she shows you what to do, and she's going to tell you how to tell the hours on a clock. And then Mrs. Alessi and Mrs. Only are going to have you make some teas out of toothpicks. Remember I showed you those? Those are these little things in the box. If you don't have toothpicks, you could also use twigs, or you could just write them if you don't have anything that's like a stick or a twig. And then Mrs. Fry is going to teach you how to make tubular telescopes, and she's going to show you also some pictures from space using special important telescopes that our country uses, and there are some YouTube links for that. We've also given you some great ideas for Wow Wednesday that start with T and a couple of songs today. So we hope you have an amazing week. I just wanted to tell you that I am here on behalf of Mrs. Clark and Mrs. Meyer, Mrs. Alessi, Mrs. Only, and Mrs. Domanico. And we all miss you so, so much and can't wait to see you again. And we hope you have a great tea week. Bye.